Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Ethel, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Ethel's ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, the corrections and motivations that we use while we're working with Ethel, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. The correction that we give is a slight tug and release on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Ethel has been fitted with her own personal training collar, and we will be sure to show you how to properly put that collar on and use it during your one-on-one lesson. Now, as you can see, Ethel is seated very nicely on Fred's left-hand side, which is where all of our obedience training takes place. The first command that they're going to go ahead and demonstrate for you is heeling, and heeling is proper walking on a leash. Fred and Ethel take off doing that now, and the command that you're going to give is Ethel heel, and you're going to simply start walking, and Ethel should fall in line, walking nicely at your left-hand side, staying at your left heel position. She should not be lagging behind, so you pull her on that leash, nor should she be lunging ahead, pulling you on that leash. Also incorporated into the heeling exercise is an automatic sit, so anytime you're out walking with her and you stop, she should sit nicely just like she did right there. And we'll demonstrate that again for you. Fred stops and she sits. Very nice. Now the next command they're going to demonstrate for you is the stay command, and the stay command is a hand and voice command. You're going to use the open flat of your left palm an inch or so in front of her muzzle and the one-word command to stay. You're then going to walk out to the end of your leash. Ethel should remain seated in this position throughout the entire command. This is a great command to practice frequently throughout your day to help build up Ethel's ability to sit and stay for longer periods of time. You want to start at 1 minute, and you'll slowly increase your time intervals up to 3 minutes. Fred returns back by walking all the way around and behind. She remains seated throughout the entire command. Great job, and they will run through their heel, sit, and stay for you again. It is important that when you are working Ethel through her commands, and she is completing them appropriately, you let her know by giving her lots of praise and positive reinforcement, whether it's verbally or physically petting her or giving her verbal praise. It will help keep her motivated. So Fred leaves her another sit stay, and this time they'll demonstrate the recall or the come command. You use Ethel's name to call her in. She should then come in and sit directly in front of you, and she returns to heel position by walking around the back of you, returning to your left hand side. Ethel sits nicely waiting for her next command, and they'll demonstrate that again. Leave her in a sit stay, out to the end of your leash. Use her name to call her in. Guide her in if need be using your leash right in front of you where she will sit and returns back to heel position. Sitting again nicely. Good job. It's important when Ethel comes home that you're practicing your commands both indoors as well as outdoors, so that way you're generalizing them. And you also want to start practicing with her in an area where there's no distractions. And again, over time, once you start feeling more comfortable working her through her commands, you can build up the amount of distractions in your training sessions. The next commands they're going to demonstrate are down commands, and the first is down from a heel position. Again, use the open flat of your left palm, but this time straight down towards the ground, and the one-word command to down. Then give the stay command, walk out to the end of your leash. Same with the down stay. She should remain laying in this position throughout the entire command. Practice this one frequently as well to help build up her ability to down stay for longer periods of time. And with the down stay, you typically start at around 3 minutes, and you increase your intervals working up to 5 minutes. Fred returns back, again walking counterclockwise all the way around her. Good job. And they will demonstrate that again.
No, down, stay.
So she went down and got back up, so Fred just simply told her no. It is important that when she breaks the command, the first words out of your mouth are no. You repeat the command and make sure you follow through and she follows through. Consistency is important, and they're going to demonstrate the come command from the down position this time. Good girl. She gets up and comes in. Also, when Ethel first comes home for the first 2 to 4 weeks, you want to make sure that you are practicing her commands every day, generalizing them throughout your day and incorporating them, but you also want to set aside about a 10 to 15 minute training session every day so that you can do a formal obedience session such as this video here. At first you can put your video in and follow along, and then when you feel more comfortable, you can go at your own pace. Now this last command they're going to demonstrate is the down from a distance. Leave her in a sit stay, walk out to the end of the leash. From the end of the leash, use your right hand to give the down command.
No, stay down.
You saw that she tried to creep into Fred, so we just told her no, told her to stay, and then repeated the command. We've demonstrated for you today all the obedience commands that Ethel has learned here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Ethel, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.